you need to know. 4 things today you need to know before you let anybody inject your face. Times have changed. It's 2022 and we're not looking back to the old methods. Things are different. Injection techniques, injection desires, and being able to get a great rejuvenated natural look is going to depend on 4 top things you want to watch for and look for before you get injected or actually any aesthetic treatments. It's a top question asked, and I want to give you my thoughts on going forward, what I see in the industry today. Number 1, and these are in no particular order, I'd say my number 4 is going to be the most important to look for to tell whether you're in the right place and you're getting the right type of consult. Number 1 is, do they ask you about your healthy habits? And the reason is there's something that I call aging rate. Before I can treat anyone, I need to know what their aging rate is. Because do you know what the second question they're going to ask me after how much it costs? How long is it going to last? And anything done, whether it's surgery, whether it's fillers, whether it's biostimulators, RF microneedling, peels, there's no answer. And people will say, well, a facelift, what about a facelift? That's permanent. Nothing is permanent. We're always aging. If you have a high aging rate, no matter what you do, you're going to have less longevity. Things like fillers, they last years and years, but the result may not if your aging rate is fast. What are the main things to look for? Watch my videos, but things like the type of diet, not the losing weight diet. When it's not about losing weight, stick thin, or not eating things, it's about eating healthy. Exercise, avoiding excessive sun exposure, drugs and alcohol, limiting things that age us. So the aging rate is important. A practitioner should be asking you about those things so they know the appropriate treatment and your expectation, because when you walk in, you have an idea of what you want to look like, and to get there, they have tools. So that's number 1. Number 2 is going to be what I call no spot filling. Spot filling was 5-10 years ago. For many people, maybe last year or the year before. Going forward, this is all changed. Spot filling is someone coming in, getting some filler in the cheeks, just getting their lips done, maybe just getting their chin done. People want the whole face rejuvenated. And if you just spot treat, most people end up looking bizarre, unusual. Imagine getting a chin projection but having lines, wrinkles, and folds. Imagine getting your cheeks done but having vertical lip lines, loose skin around the mouth, small lips. We lose lip volume from in our early 20s. So spot treating, a little bit of filler here, a little bit of filler there, or just getting one area done is almost assuredly a way to get an unnatural look, and that is over with. Going forward, 2022, it's all different. I'll tell you with my number 4 reason why it becomes all different. Technology has changed. Number 3, if your practitioner only asks you about fillers and Botox-like products, if you are not discussed devices, things for your skin, for your glow, for your dermal thickness, for your skin texture, for your tone, what am I talking about? Well, at the basics, start with chemical peels. They are an art, but they can be amazing. Can be one of the best tools in the practice, but your practitioner has to be well versed in them. They can cause a lot of problems too, especially as you go to a medium and deeper peel where you're going to get more effects. But things that are quite safe, that a lot of people know how to use, as long as you know about fat loss and preserving fat, RF microneedling I talk about all the time, fractionated RF. CO2 lasers, while safer now, certainly can make incisional cuts. They can be aggressive, but most people are using CO2s in a lighter manner. These are all things to make your skin better. If you only dealt with what I call spot treating, it doesn't make your skin better. It doesn't help the dermal thickness, your collagen, your elastin, the integrity of your skin, the support structure for your face. And that's what leads to fillers becoming unnatural. So my number 3 is make sure you're somewhere where they're talking to you about these devices. And the basics would be chemical peels and microneedling without energy, and it could step up from there depending on what your practitioner is most well versed in and the technology they have in there. Now, number 4 I said is my most important, and I believe it is because this is the biggest concept I think that's changed in all of aesthetics. Of course, for many of us, we've been doing it for 5, even 10 years, but the technology and the new FDA approvals going forward have gotten so that it's now accessible to everyone. There's pretty much no excuse for people not treating the entire face by not blanketing the entire face to rejuvenate it. So what do I mean by that? So if you take things that go in the face as a liquid, let's take something like Sculptra, or what I use is Plasma Sculpt. Sculptra is PLLA, little beads suspended in water, so it's a liquid. We inject it. We can treat most areas except the exact under eye, the lip, some of the rhytids or the lines above the eye. There's some areas where you wouldn't use it, but for the most part we can use it pretty much everywhere in the face at different concentrations. Yes, this takes training, but you owe it to yourself to have someone who's well trained in these things, because treating the entire face is what's going to make you look youthful. Spot treating doesn't. So things like Sculptra, things like Plasma Sculpt, which is platelet-rich fibrant and Sculptra in different combinations. We now have platelet-rich fibrant gel. I use the Easy Gel system, which is taking your blood draw, we spin it down for your growth factors, mesenchymal stem cells, heat a portion of it into a gel, mix it together, inject it back. There's no additives. It's fully natural for those who like all natural treatments. Those are things that blanket the whole face, so it's not all about fillers. If you think of those 4 factors, that I think is a great start for you to get a great natural looking overall result, not have spot treating, not have a poor aging rate where things just don't last, and that you get an appropriate procedure. Remember, this isn't a facelift. A facelift removes skin. Facelifts are great. Some people need facelifts to get the result in their mind that they want. But the fact is 99% of people don't want or can't afford a facelift, so they look towards these other services, and it's important in your mind to know roughly the result you can get for the money you're going to spend, but treat the whole face so that you look natural and you know what financial burden you can expect to get those results. And if you need a facelift, you need a facelift to get the result you have. One doesn't negate the other. This all works together. The reality is most people start with and maybe only ever get minimally invasive procedures for one of many, many reasons. I want to know your experience in getting your procedures done. I put a complete playlist up here on biostimulators like Sculptra, one down here on platelet-rich fibrant, so you can watch those, see what I mean by blanketing the face. Stay tuned here. Keep your skin and body beautiful, healthy, and vibrant.